Hello and welcome to Air News Daily on Monday the 12th of January. I'm Jeremy Spake and today's show is a route special. Royal Air Maroc has chosen to launch twice daily services from London Gatwick to the Moroccan seaside resort of Tatouan, which for those in the know is located just across the Mediterranean Sea from Gibraltar. Services commence on the 29th of March and will be operated by the carrier's Embraer 190 aircraft on Thursdays and Sundays with an average flight time of 3 hours in both directions. The route is definitely a gamble for Royal Air Maroc as the destination is relatively unknown, but with UK leisure travellers loving breaks in Morocco, it could well be a gamble worth taking. Let's hope so. With the UK ban on Pakistan International Airlines now lifted, the carrier has announced the reintroduction of direct links between London and Lahore. Flights will initially operate once a week from Heathrow on a Sunday from the 29th of March, using one of the carrier's slots originally earmarked for services to Islamabad, which means the latter will now be served thrice weekly. This will be welcome news for travellers, and if demand matches expectations, the route could well enjoy additional frequencies, assuming of course that PIA can secure additional slots at a very congested Heathrow. Air Arabia will commence its first ever services between London and Sharjah from the 29th of March, when it introduces double daily frequencies from London Gatwick. The carrier will use its Airbus A321s with an inbound flight time of approximately 7 hours 50 minutes, making it the longest flight on the Air Arabia network. London customers will have a choice of either a 10:05 or a 19:35 departure to the UAE with an average flight duration of 7 hours 15 minutes. Whilst the low-cost carrier won't be competing in terms of service with the likes of Emirates or Etihad to the UAE, it will certainly attract customers who like to be penny-wise when booking flights to the region and beyond. Away from the London market, Aer Lingus will introduce flights from its Dublin base to both Pittsburgh and Raleigh-Durham, using its A321 XLRs. Pittsburgh services commence on the 25th of May and will operate 4 times a week, whilst Raleigh-Durham services will start on the 13th of April, operating 5 times a week on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays and Sundays. Scheduling means that customers from both the UK and Europe will be able to connect onto these new routes with relative ease. And with US clearance processes taking place in Dublin before departure, they will enjoy speedy arrival at both destinations. Romanian carrier High Sky will inaugurate services on the 4th of June between its Bucharest hub and Chicago O'Hare. Flights will operate to the Windy City from Romania on Thursdays and Sundays using the carrier's A330-200s. The route is primarily intended to support the large Romanian and Moldovan expatriate community that live in the Chicago area. But with convenient connections from elsewhere in Europe and competitive fares, High Sky will almost certainly attract customers from other markets. LOT Polish Airlines will expand its reach in the US when it introduces 4 times weekly flights from Warsaw to San Francisco from the 6th of May. Services will operate on board the carrier's 787 Dreamliners on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays and Sundays. San Francisco becomes the Polish national carrier's 7th US destination, and it will strengthen Star Alliance connections in San Francisco for both leisure and business traffic. And finally, China Southern Airlines has announced the launch of non-stop services between Beijing's Daxing International Airport and the Finnish capital Helsinki, marking the first direct service to Europe from Daxing. Specific details of the flights are yet to be released by the carrier, but we will of course keep you updated as soon as more information becomes available. Don't forget folks, if you've got a news story you'd like to share with us, you can get in touch via the website details now on screen. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with you again tomorrow with the latest aviation news from around the world. We'll see you then.
We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. And don't forget to subscribe to Air News Daily.